It's October the 4th, 2010. I'm 13 years old and completely clueless to the horrors of porn. By 14, I was completely hooked. Porn had me in its grip, and it was not going to let go. I became so withdrawn, I lost all interest in real life. I knew this addiction was controlling my life. I knew I had to change, but it felt like an impossible mountain to climb. I tried and I failed over and over again, but I just kept moving forward to try and regain control over my life. Taking control of your urges as a young man is probably one of the hardest things you're ever going to do as a young man, but that time and effort is totally worth it. I never ever imagined that I would actually give up porn, and I never expected that I'd be teaching other people on how to break their own addiction. But here I am, I'm going to share the exact same thing that I've done with you in hopes that it helps you, because if I can do it, you can do it as well, bro. Here's what I've done. First thing is first, bro, you really need to understand, you really need to comprehend this. You have an addiction. I need you to come to terms with this, because if you're watching this video, then you probably do have an addiction. If you're an addict, speak this into existence. This is the first step. Post in the comments how long you've been addicted for and what sort of challenges you've had to deal with. Before you begin a fight with porn addiction, you need to really clearly, truly understand why porn addiction is actually an issue specifically for you. Addiction creeps up on you gradually, and before you know it, you'll be hooked. You won't even know it happened. When you smoke or vape or fap or watch porn, you're just releasing this huge surge of dopamine into your body, into your brain. Dopamine is the pleasure chemical. It creates pleasure and satisfaction, and your brain absolutely loves that. Over time, your brain, your prefrontal cortex, becomes dependent on this dopamine hit. As a result, it's expecting that every single day, and that's where addiction comes in. Over and over, every single day, your brain tricks you into doing the same thing every single day, even though you know it's bad for you. Your brain doesn't want you to change or become better. Your brain wants you to stay exactly where you are and to stay comfortable. This is why addiction is so common. Everyone is way too comfortable. And in simple terms, to sum all this up, bro, your brain has you by the balls. If porn is your vice, if porn is the place that you get your dopamine from, then your brain associates porn with pleasure. And that becomes the go-to place for your brain to get instant gratification. This cycle is really hard to break, bro, because every time you repeat this cycle, you just reinforce that neural pathway in your brain. Porn does not just affect your brain, but it also affects your emotional state. Many people, like I did myself, we use porn to escape emotional stress, anger, frustration, or pain. In some ways, it becomes a coping mechanism. It becomes something that you use to numb the stress and the pain of life. Which leads me into my next point. How does porn make you feel? It makes you feel good, right? That huge surge of dopamine into your system is a great feeling. What you need to understand is that it's not just a dopamine hit though, bro. It's an emotional crutch, and it's a mechanism that you use to regulate your mood. This doesn't just apply to anyone that has a problem with porn or masturbation or whatever it is. This applies to the majority of the population that watches porn, that faps. I used to use porn and masturbation as a way to re-regulate my mood. I used to do it all the time. And when I finally figured out that I have a problem, everything started to make sense. If I had a terrible day, I'd be watching porn, I'd be fapping. If I had a great day, I'd probably do the same thing, to be honest. It was all just mood regulation. If you hate your life, if you hate your job, if you hate your girlfriend, or if you hate whatever the fuck you hate, bro. For the longest time, bro, I was all these things in one person. I hated everything. And porn and masturbation became my emotional crutch. And I had no idea. My life was unfulfilling. It was lonely. I had this giant, huge stick up my ass because I felt like I shouldn't be enjoying my life. I should just be on self-improvement all the time, not enjoying my life whatsoever. I was working on all aspects of my life, building myself up on the outside, but I forgot and I neglected what was on the inside, bro. Learning why you do a certain thing, why you have a certain habit. It doesn't even need to be porn. Anything you do that you don't like usually has a reason behind it. When you're addicted to porn, you're not just dealing with a habit, you're dealing with an emotional crutch. And breaking free from porn addiction means you're finding healthier ways to cope with your emotions and stress. It means learning how to face your problems head on instead of looking for scapegoats. When you truly finally understand this, the path to recovery becomes so much easier, it becomes so clear. So here it is, the meat and potatoes. How do you actually get over porn? The first thing you really need to do is step back, and just take a look objectively at your whole life. There's probably some shit that you're doing every single day that's making you want to watch porn and fap. This is the perfect time to take your whole life and just restructure it just a tiny little bit so that you can focus more on yourself. I'm sure there's probably some dick in your life that just creates stress and drama in your life that just isn't needed. Because I know for a fact I had these exact people in my life, these toxic people that stressed me out and just made me want to watch porn more. And when I finally realized that these people are just pieces of shit, then I finally started to realize that I need to give them less power. less power over me. At a certain point, it became kind of comedic, to be honest, and it helped me out a lot. Don't take people too seriously. You need to get away from these people. You need to get away from these toxic people. And if you can't physically get away from these people, then you mentally need to get away from these people. Whether it's your friend, your family, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, doesn't matter who it is, you need to truly understand exactly why they are the way they are, and then realize that it has nothing to do with you. Take time to get more quality sleep. Your sleep quality, the length of your sleep, should be your main priority over this time. By getting better sleep means you sleep better, you wake up better, your days are better, you can take more shit, you can be more stressed and still have a great day. Things don't affect you as much. And in saying that, by increasing your sleep, by getting better sleep, you're increasing your bandwidth for more discipline. More discipline equals less urges to fap or watch porn. Another thing that complements those first 2 points very well is meditation. And yes, I know it kind of sounds wishy-washy, like why the fuck would I meditate? But hear me out, bro. Meditation is the practice of mindfulness, and mindfulness gives you a more objective view of the world and people around you. When you approach a situation with a much more calm and collected composure, everything naturally just makes more sense to you. Meditation is the practice of deep breath work, and deep breath work is perfect for preparing your body to go to sleep. You'll notice if you practice meditation as a bedtime routine just before you go to sleep, that you'll just naturally start yawning. This shit really works. And this is why I feel like meditation would tie in well to both those first 2 points and give you that little boost that you need. These few points, paired with keeping busy, finding a new hobby, or doing whatever you want to do, it makes for a solid combination, and it's something that I'm sure will guarantee you success. By implementing these few steps, bro, you're setting yourself up for a successful addiction recovery. Once you have all these in place, your addiction, why you do it, becomes so clear to you, and you start to understand what your triggers are and what makes you want to watch porn and fap. Now, with all this in mind, bro, you need to understand that this stuff I'm saying here isn't really to do with anything other than yourself. At the end of the day, your porn addiction boils down to how you feel on the inside. There's a reason you're addicted to porn, there's a reason you're addicted to drugs, or for anything for that matter. It's psychological reasons. More than likely, there's something that's lacking inside you, bro, otherwise you just wouldn't have these problems. I was once like this, but now being older, living a happier, more fulfilled life, having a new perspective, I'm now porn and masturbation free. When I found purpose in my life, that's when my addiction became obsolete. And I would have gotten to this point if I didn't prioritize my health and fitness, if I didn't go through the fire and the trial and tribulations and leave those shitty relationships. If I never started self-improving myself, I would not be here today. Think about all the time and all the fucking energy that you put into porn and masturbation, bro. Think about what you could do if you redirected all that energy into being fulfilled, into your passions, into becoming a better person. Quitting porn isn't just about getting rid of bad habits. It's about reclaiming your life and focusing on what truly matters. Understand that this doesn't take just a week or a month or even a year. This is addiction. This is hard. This takes a long time to recover from. Understand that this won't disappear overnight. It takes time to rewire your brain in a proper way. Remember, this addiction didn't just appear overnight. You built this addiction up over years and years and years of abuse. So you would assume that it's the reverse to reverse that. Don't let my words discourage you, bro, because the journey is well worth your effort. With the right strategies and the right support, you can break free, you can regain control. And I guarantee you, when you get over this addiction, your life's going to be so much better. I know you can do it, bro. So with that, it's time to put your shirt on, bro, because you've got work to do.